Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
All right, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
If you're overweight, this is the man we want you to meet, Venancio D'Souza. For just 50 rupees, he'll get you in shape. That's 50 rupees a minute. So you do your maths and do your thing. We're going to chat with him about his experience as the holistic guru of health and, according to him, wealth as well.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Here on Cyrus Says, it's time to talk about another hate of mine. Lots of hates out there. But this one is about the word and. I've noticed people you don't know well enough, when you meet them, after a couple of seconds of hello, what's up, whatever, the thing they say is and I can't bear that. The Hindi version is 2 words, aur kya? I just don't understand. If you have nothing to say, why do you say things like and? Just say hello and move on. Guys, stop talking to other people. There's too much conversation happening in any case. Let it go. Just move on. Don't go. And it's called Cyrus Says.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Here on Cyrus Says, it's Venancio. In my dreams, it always seems I hear you softly calling me. That's Valencia, actually. But I'll sing that some other time. Venancio D'Souza is a gentleman who's joined us. He's a fitness expert wearing a really tight t-shirt, about 16 inches small for him. He's a huge man with big muscles. And I say this only from looking at his lower body. I'm so enthralled. Venancio, it's too big a name for me, mate. What do we call you? V?
That's right.
V for short?
V.
But he put 2 fingers up. I was worried. Luckily, no one can see what you're doing. Jesus, scary people. All right. Venancio goes by the name V, and interesting, I'll just read out here. It says, dedicated and self-motivated professional who wears no clothes at home and with a wide range of management and recreational activities, and who can climb a rope which goes nowhere as well. He's in charge of health and fitness, food and nutrition, sports psychology. He can also get your wife to do burpees in public, wearing just a handkerchief. And I like that. That's what I like the most. Listen, this is all about you. That's why we called you here. But before we do that, I want to just tell you that I myself don't understand the difference between CrossFit and cross-training. Because you are more famous for
Cross-training.
That's the first 2 words you've said. We've been on the air for 15 minutes and you haven't said, we finally got 2 words. Cross-training. So before we set up the whole thing, I want to just understand for the people out there who, let's face it, we Indians don't exercise. Look at our politicians. Huh? Most of them can't touch other people's feet, and that's why they can't go up in life. So what we need to do here is put out the meaning of CrossFit and cross-training and what you do. And why is one better than the other?
About every exercise regime.
5 words. I'm just marking. Yeah, go on.
Okay, every exercise regime is good.
It's
You know,
good.
there's no bad in anything. What we do when we say cross-training is we've taken the safety aspects of actually exercising. It's very old school of training.
Right.
With a lot of science with it
When
now.
you say safety aspects, it means you can lie in your bed and do things so you don't get hurt, is it?
Also,
That kind of exercise doesn't happen anymore because the other person has to be willing to do it as well. And I've noticed that's a huge gap in our lives from time to time. But again, I interrupt you. You were saying.
so that's with cross-training, the key aspect is the safety aspect, which is very important, especially today. You know, everybody knows how to exercise. Everybody knows how to, you know, they all want to be fit. They all
I
want
don't
to
know. I mean, look around. There are enough people who don't know how to exercise. I don't know if you're
They
being...
think they know
Yeah,
how to
they think they know
exercise.
how
Well,
to
that's-
exercise.
That's a better
They wear the right
way to
clothes,
put it.
though. I've noticed
that's
that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh. So what is safety? What is the safety factor? I mean, what are you doing in any case? You're moving your hands up and down like a clock. What happens in cross-training?
Well, that happened in school. So we're not
Okay,
being-
sorry about that. School training going on. Yeah.
It's functional work. It's more functional. So
But how do you get injured?
if you're doing something, if you overdo something,
Right.
or it could be anything. It could be, you know, from, you know, even bending down.
Oops.
You know,
What are you talking about? Hardly know me. All right, fair enough. I'll go first.
Okay.
No, come on. Tell me. See, we need to understand why it's dangerous in the first place.
That's
Most
right.
people think it's just, some functional training is just, okay, you're doing something, but you can't harm yourself. It's like driving a car fast.
Well, yeah, you know what? You could even harm yourself driving a car fast if
Right.
you're not following the rules.
Okay.
It's same thing. Yeah, you know, if you...
So just give me a specific example because the people my listeners are all under 7 and most of them don't listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just like sitting and standing. You know, it's you call it a squat.
Right.
Okay, if you sit and if you hinge from the hip,
Right.
you know, you're actually doing what the body naturally does.
Right.
You know, it just goes to the curve and to those what you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, the physical aspect of actually sitting down and standing up is a squat.
Right.
You're sitting on a chair, you're standing up, it's a squat.
So that's CrossFit.
That's cross-training as well. So
Okay.
Cross-training, CrossFit.
So when you do it, somebody holds your hips, and so that when you go up and down, you feel comfortable.
No, we don't do that. So
Tell me. Yeah.
So we actually take them. Okay, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
As children, as growing up as kids,
Right.
we do everything perfectly well.
I thought so.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So when we grow up, we get extra knowledge.
And that causes the trouble.
Exactly. So what you learned to do when
So
you were a
what
kid.
you're saying here is broadly only children should exercise. The moment you're 16, you should just let it all hang out. Which is what our country's been doing. You'll be proud to know for the last 45 years.
That's right. Well, you know what? It's not only our country. I beg to differ. I mean, I've
You've been
just
to
come
Nepal,
back.
Maldives,
Yeah.
Mali, Ghana, Kyrgyzstan. Everywhere the same problem. Children are good and then they really suck after 16.
You have to look at the US itself. It's we think.
They have
That-
kids in the US? I thought after Michael Jackson they've all left. I'm sorry, I take that back. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I still want to set up the difference in CrossFit and cross training
Yeah.
for all the people who have no idea. Let's not look at people who exercise.
Okay. Very simple aspects. Key is safety. Where you learn to do the exercise with good form.
Okay.
So proper form. So I wouldn't take somebody into like we call it the pit where we do cross training.
Right.
I wouldn't take somebody there and ask them to do a 50 kilo or a 100 kilo squat straight away.
Yeah.
So we'll teach them how to do a regular squat, which is an air squat.
Right.
Or which we call in our gyms or akharas as in the baita.
Right. Or bum to floor.
Bum to floor, that's
Yeah.
right.
I feel it leads to flatulence though whenever I've tried it. I'm just asking you, is that safety issue that you're talking about as well?
Well, you know what? That might be even better. So, you got bowel movements happening over there too. So,
Man, this is going to be... How are you going to advertise the product with this? Who's going to come?
you're egging me on.
Okay,
So don't.
I'm kidding. I'm just
Me
pulling
too,
your
me
leg.
too.
So what you do is basically a more pure version of the whole CrossFit thing where nobody can get hurt and you...
Yes.
Is orthodox the right word? More orthodox.
Yeah. I mean, we're sticking more to... I shouldn't say we're sticking to the book. We want to stick to what's natural.
Okay.
So if somebody can sit down all the way down.
What if somebody sits down and can't get up? Then what do? You say time out and you'll chat? What happens?
Yeah, we sit down over there for a little while and,
Then the betak is more and the utak is gone completely out of the window.
So no, but that's talking about cross training. We will teach them stage
Right.
by stage and then induct them into a proper exercise regime. So, and cross training actually has many more aspects. So, or you can say different modes of training. So we add that there's a kickboxing mode. There's something that's called the pump. There's
I like the pump. Is it dirty? Take me through the pump.
It can be.
Can this be done with girls?
Yeah, girls and boys together. So.
Well, just one boy, me, and then girls.
Okay, well, you'll have to come down to the pit to look at it.
My pump, your pump, totally different. My pump looks like a diesel one, from what I gather. Go ahead. So, what's the pump?
So it's a cardiovascular strength and endurance program that's fused together, and you actually need to use about percentage of your body weight, which is very small. It could be 1%.
How
2%.
mean?
So
You're talking about me?
No, not you.
He's
in
looking
general.
at my groin and saying percentage of body weight, which is very small. Unfair, and true, but unfair.
So yeah, you actually have to do a lot of repetition work, which actually it caters to every sport.
But this is cardio. You're not doing any weights here.
You are.
You're running with dumbbells.
Yeah, you don't
Your two
run.
friends who are
but-
stupid.
Yeah,
Huh.
you don't run. You're not like literally sprinting or anything, but just like you're jogging. Yeah, you jog on the spot.
Okay.
And
Wow, so you can do this at home.
You can do this at home.
And you can take them through it on the phone. Keep going,
Absolutely.
Mr. Sheshadri. You lazy oaf. One leg after the other. Left first, then right. It's only two movements. How dumb can the guy be? I forgot. What's next? Yeah.
Yeah, so that actually caters to something that what we call is 4x4 training. So you have to use your arms and your legs together.
Oh.
So I don't think it needs too much of coordination. You learn to walk and you learn to move your hands and legs, right? So
But why do you do all this stuff? Why can't you stick to the simple bench press, squat and deadlift and end the matter?
we do that also. That's one of the aspects of training, one of the modes of training.
I find in the gyms that I go to, the Indian boys don't like to lift weights. They all come there and they do all this funny stuff with their hands. Firstly, when I see the blue mat, I want to kill them. I don't know why people come to a gym and put a mat on the floor. I don't understand. They're going to pray here? But it's just ridiculous. Can you stop that? I hope cross training isn't about putting mats on floors. I see a mat,
No.
it's like racism for me. I want to roll the guy in the mat and kick him. Well, you know what the Mongols used to do to people they hated? You don't want bloodshed, but you could kill them too. You put them in the mat and you kick them to death without any blood. So that's what I try to do. So it's like Messi at his best, but, there in the middle of the gym. But no, let me not put down cross-training. Is it very tough? I was told that not everyone can handle cross-training. It's more for advanced sort of people.
Not really. I mean, you have different levels of cross-training. So you start them at level 0 and then they can...
So first is potty training. Then you move on to walking.
So you actually take them to every single stage, right? And
Right.
then they can test themselves and then they can move into another level.
So what's the 36 chamber of Shaolin? Who's like the best? Where do you reach? Like, what's the top?
You have level 10, that is like the ultimate one.
Wow.
And
So you must be obviously above that.
So, no, I still have to test for level 10. So
What the hell,
yeah,
yaar?
man, yeah, it's tough.
So you're on level 9?
Yeah, level 9.
So who's a guy who's on 10 that we know? Any famous guy?
Not yet. You could probably be level 10.
I can't stand up for more than 3 minutes. I need pills. What are you talking about? Yeah, so that's interesting, huh? So I want now let's go back to your life, V, and we'll trace your journey. Right now you've got all kinds of studios all over the world and doing very well. But they've given me this list of educational and professional training. I want to read them out a little bit just so that people listening can get an understanding. I mean, I can't even say them all because it'll take 2 hours. But Master Training Nautilus Health and Fitness USA. Okay, Master Trainer Flexi Bar Germany. Founder of the Ultimate Workouts. Bachelor of Arts degree Mumbai, India. Diploma in Sports Psychology, Bath, UK. Firstly, you are bigger than Narendra Modi in my eyes in terms of travel. You've gone all over the world. Bath is in Somerset. Mumbai is in India. Munich is in Germany. Somewhere in the USA. And these are the first 5. Ladies and gentlemen, there are about 60 different certifications that you've got here. Diplomas or degrees and what have you. And I'm just amazed at your travel. Are you like 300 years old? I mean, how could you go to all these places?
It's very simple. I did all that way before. So now I can actually,
So could now take us through the whole journey. Let's start long ago, somewhere in Mumbai. Were you born here?
Yes, I was.
All right.
I was very much a Bandra boy or whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
Bandra boy. You can't be car unless you
car
cross.
boy. Car boy.
You're more car boy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Car Bandra
Just
boy.
don't be a Juhu boy. That's a totally different thing.
Okay.
That means your parents are in the movies. And it's a big bungalow. Remember, their acting career is over. It's just a sign.
Okay.
All right. So what are we going to do? How do you land up in this business? And how do you go all over the world and get all these degrees?
I lived in the Middle East for quite a number of years, actually.
By choice or wrong ticket or what was the reason?
Not wrong ticket. I had a job opportunity. I did my fitness and nutrition back in the US, and then moved to Dubai and worked with a company called Nautilus Health and Fitness.
Nautilus makes the health equipment.
That's right.
It's gone out of fashion of late.
Kind
see it too much.
of, yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Nautilus equipment. Though.
Are you? Oh, it's brilliant, man.
It still works, but I don't see it anywhere, to be honest.
A lot of the top clubs have them, but I don't know, how
I can't afford those
well
clubs. And besides, after you joined, Nautilus has disappeared. What the hell happened there? Yeah, so
I still consult for them. Not, you have very little time to actually.
Okay, let me just interrupt you for a second. So what I'm understanding is you're the most holistic person I've ever met in my life because it includes nutrition, sports psychology, which is a totally different thing altogether. You also have a basic Bachelor of Arts degree. Then you've discovered things like the Ultimate Workouts. You worked in things like Flexi Bar Germany. I'm presuming that's food. And certified fitness 4-4, House of Power, senior trainer. Where, how, what?
Okay, the 4x4 training comes from there. Actually, it's.
Let's take each one at a time because it'll be confusing for our people to understand.
Okay, you pick one and then I'll start explaining.
How the hell did you do certified fitness 4-4, Hour of Power, senior trainer? By the way, Hour of Power sounds like some sex stud, huh? Here he is, the Hour of Power with V. Yeah.
Okay, so the Hour of Power program.
He's not denying it, by the way.
I have to be careful with what I tell you, Cyrus.
See, I'll keep interrupting you, so just override me and carry on. What is the Hour of Power senior trainer?
It's a 4x4 principal training program, the one that I was telling you about.
The arms and legs together.
Arms and legs,
what if you have only one arm?
So, then we can call it, 2x3 or whatever, So,
that's so sad. What about, they're always behind the other guys, complex people like that. Okay.
Yeah. So, you actually, you're combining strength, cardiovascular work and endurance work together. And the whole program.
So you have to go to UK to do this?
Well, the base now is in the UK, yeah.
Okay.
So, but I'm not with that company anymore because that's when we branched out.
So this one arm thing, because they couldn't give you a proper answer. I accept it. Let's move to close combat self-defense expert, accelerated battlefield combative Seoul, USA. This sounds scary.
It's not that scary, actually.
Close combat self-defense. You beat people up.
No, we don't beat people up. It's survival training. We teach people to survive.
Walking in the streets of Nagpada, for example.
That's right.
You need this close combat, man. Elbow here, elbow there, thigh in somebody else's leg.
Or a fast train,
Fast train is, I think that there's no chance of combat.
Yeah,
that's just love.
It's
just
only
making
close.
love. Yeah.
It's only close. So yeah, that's that was picked up from ex-armed forces guys and things like that.
So what is it? It's a martial art.
It's survival. It's a mix. It's a mix of everything.
Is it one of those things where they teach you how to fight with your knuckle only or something like that? One of these. I've seen those ads where just use your left wrist and you can kill 7 people. And is it one of those?
No, nothing like that. It's learning to survive. It's not learning to.
I thought learning to survive is just one word: run. No.
That's right.
That should be. I mean, why do the whole course just send them the message?
So they teach. We teach them to do escape combatives and things like that. So escaping is important rather than being.
Did you ever get into a scrap like this?
Yeah.
And did it come in handy? I mean, does it really
absolutely,
work?
Yeah, it works. Definitely works.
And
yeah.
Where was it? Where did the scrap happen?
Well, I'm not going to talk about that.
Geographically, so we can avoid the area. Was it here in Khar?
Yeah, car. All the time.
All the time. Rickshaw, is it? That's close combat. I hope you won. Hate those guys. Okay, I'll take another one. Certified in lactic acid threshold training. What the hell is that? I know lactic acid build-up, but...
That's right.
So it's a separate course again?
It is a separate course. This happened with Schwinn. It's a cycling company. The guys who made the first cycles, actually.
Right. I thought it was swim spelled wrong, but you're right. Schwinn.
Schwinn. Yeah. So lactic acid testing is done with the elite athletes, basically. It can be done with anybody at all.
Right.
So you could be training,
right,
and you could be training for a competition. Could be say a cycling competition,
right?
And people train, but they don't test themselves. So how do you know you're going to get better? So if you've got too much of buildup of lactic acid, and it's a simple test to be done, but there are needles and some sort of lab equipment.
So do you
required.
do this? Do you practice this? Do you go around the car with the needles and poking people and saying, your lactic acid buildup is a lot?
No.
Get out of the rickshaw, give it to me.
No, we in fact, if they have to do it, then we probably could take them to the lab, and it's done under.
That sounds scary.
So
Mr. Sharma, stop! We'll need to take you to the lab. What about me? Mrs. Sharma yells. No, not you. You're fine. All right. So that's lactic acid training. So this is all things that you still practice, right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just things you've just got and you can show off with.
Yeah.
Then STOF, is it STOT Pilates?
STOT Pilates.
Pilates, Reformer and MAT course.
Yeah.
Okay, MAT is that finishing stuff that you do in for the hair and face?
No, it's actual workout with the mat. With the mat.
Oh, the mat. I hate the mat. Never mention me. Never mention the mat.
I didn't want to mention it, but you just took it over.
It's those guys who come at 6 in the morning, they lie down on the mat, and then they cross one leg over the other, and then they play on the phone. What the hell is that?
You need to send them to the pit. Send them to me.
I stamp on them. I just say, I'm sorry, I can't see. Yeah. So take us through that one.
So yeah, Pilates is a form of exercise. They call it intelligent exercise.
Right.
So there's a tag that actually says real men do Pilates.
Right.
So you got to start doing Pilates.
Not for me, man. I just for me, I don't eat from Pilates. I just whatever I can get my hands on.
It's a beautiful program. And I've actually done
in short, in less than 16 to 20 minutes, can you tell us what it's about? What is Pilates?
It's a form of exercise that actually strengthens the core, lengthens the body, the muscles. Makes you look
lengthens the muscles.
Yeah, body looks better. Beautiful muscles.
Right.
So that's why they call it intelligent exercise. It's not about just lifting weights and things like that. It's they have reformers. It's sort of a machine that actually does. Makes you do a lot of the exercise on it, and then
I love that. So the work is done by the machine. You just hang around. That's my favorite.
You have to work.
That's so Indian. That's like the best. Yaar, let's go to the akhada. Machine is working. Ting. If the bijli goes, you can't work out, man. Shit, no machine. What's the mat course?
The mat course is it's a similar exercise program, but it's done on the mats. So they don't have the reformers.
It's for old people.
So no, for
short
everybody.
People.
Yeah, for everybody.
People who've never seen beds. What?
It's for everybody.
Okay. So they lie on their back? My own point is
they lie on the back, and they're like, now if I go into this, you're gonna
get bored.
No, you're gonna go one up again. So you're gonna go. You can do it on hands, legs, everything.
So I wake up at 5 in the morning, go to the bloody gym, you put a blue mat for me, I kneel like a goat, and that's my exercise.
It can be a black or a pink mat too, so.
That's what you're giving me, color! Alright, there's so many more, it's just ridiculous. I can't believe you've done all this. What about certified RIPP at Coach Schwinn Academy Blue Coach? What the hell does that mean?
That's another Schwinn program, actually. It's the name of the program is called RIP. And,
rip as in rip your body.
Yeah, as in rip. Yeah. So it's also like a group workout, but they have.
Why your blue coach? Is it pornographic at any point? Is it because I like that? I like the word blue. I'm like, wow.
It's a level.
It's a level.
Yeah.
Is it high or low?
So it's high.
So what's the lowest?
They have a yellow and they have a
Isn't
red.
that discrimination? Like color wise, like yellow's low and blue's high. Where's black and white?
There's no black and white.
Damn you. I was hoping you'd go there. Can't believe you let it go. Certified Body for Life Success Coach. Now this is mental, right? Success. It says certified body for life.
Yeah, it's more a nutrition kind of a guideline.
Why the word success?
But you take them
for
to transformation. So you have these pictures that show you day 1 and a day 20
day 20,
So
and it's his younger cousin. So I know. I love those ones. Yeah.
So it's similar, something like that. You're teaching them how to eat properly.
So you do these guarantee ones where you give them 30 days to a new body.
Well, we don't guarantee that they're gonna have a new body. Yes. We don't it's up to them, right? I mean, you could be training and not eating properly and you're not going to see any results.
Right.
So if you do everything in the right proportions, you're going to see some phenomenal results.
Yeah, but was a Body for Life Success Coach. So that means for life, are you going to be with this guy?
No. The program was just called Body for Life. So
how do you find time to keep doing all these different courses? Again, let me stress to people listening, at this point in the program, we've not even gone through 1/3 of the degrees that you have here. So I won't be able to finish all of them. You'll have to come back 5 or 6 times. So Certified Body for Life Success Coach is a time oriented thing. In so many days, you'll get this success.
Yeah, it's like a 3-month program.
Okay.
And
what if you're pregnant? Shouldn't you wait?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Don't answer that. Certified Thai Bo at fitness instructor. Billy Blank's World Training Center, USA.
Yeah.
How come everywhere in the USA it's World Training Center? Everybody else is like normal. Like here, Delhi, Gurgaon, we make sports equipment. But here's World Training Center, USA. What is Thai Bo?
Okay. Thai Bo, it's a martial art based program.
Oh.
But it's a cardio program. It's like a kickboxing, taekwondo.
Do you make physical contact with it?
No, the physical contact is done with the bags if there's any contact in that class. Because it's
when you say bags, you mean really old people who come or like bags?
The punching bags, the boxing bags, yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's wrong. So wrong on my part, yeah. And so Thai Bo, again, just a brief hands, legs, what moves?
Yes, that's right. It's hands and legs. It's a kickboxing program, so as in you learn to punch, and it's like a boxing and a kickboxing workout put together. So a lot of elements are taken out from taekwondo, as in Thai.
Okay.
And
the bow?
Bow is from boxing. So it's rhythmic. It's a little bit of dance moves, not exactly dance moves, but boxers.
It would be really funny if the guy's fighting with you, you start dancing in the middle. I thought that only happens in Hindi films. You go, and then some of the other guys like, dance the body, music make me happy. By the way, that's OCB, my time. Certified Swan indoor cycling instructor, bronze level. Buck up. You need to get gold. What is bronze level? What happened there?
Well, that all was done. And I actually used to do the master training for them for Schwinn as well. For Schwinn. So a lot of those programs they're all from Schwinn, from the Schwinn Academy.
Just for the sake of Indian listeners, can we make Schwinn into Ashwin? So it's easy to say because Schwinn sounds like an incomplete name.
Yeah, you could do that.
Don't do that. Half your work is from Schwinn. Yeah. So indoor cycling instructor, not very popular in India. Indoor cycling. Outdoor cycling.
In fact, it is very
and delivering things
popular
with the cycle. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, indoor cycling is very popular now. I mean, I did this like when they had actually first started.
And, started India or cycles?
It started back in the US and back in
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm skipping a few because there's no way. I want to take a break in a second. I'm skipping a few because I just can't reach anywhere. There's so millions of bloody degrees. I mean, you're like the only guys ever exercising in the world. Certified by Life Fitness Academy on strength and rehabilitation training. What the hell is that?
You've heard of the company called Life Fitness, right? The equipment company.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've heard the two words separately for sure. Life and fitness. That's for sure. I can say that.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, they have an academy and, I did a rehab program with them. And that's where
rehab means the guy's already lost his strength.
Yeah.
And
If they're coming out from an injury or, rehab.
so this is for athletes only.
So before, after, can be for anybody, somebody coming off an accident.
Like if you're doing spring cleaning and you hurt your ankle, can I come to you, or you got to be
you can come to me.
the national champion?
Yeah, no, everybody's allowed. Everybody's welcome.
All right. Lots more to talk about. I'm trying to get into your world. It's just a very difficult thing to understand because there's so many different degrees. And then we will come back and focus more on cross training vis-a-vis CrossFit. But we'll take a quick break at this point. Everybody out there, we're going to do one exercise as we're going to break. In this exercise, what do? We raise our hands.
And you can sit and stand.
I pay you 1 crore per hour to come here and tell me to raise my hands and sit and stand. Take a break, ladies and gentlemen, while I talk to my accountant.
Finding the right drink at the right place can be a big challenge. Exploring a new destination to its fullest could be a daunting task.
So tune in every Friday and listen to the Drinks and Destinations podcast with Rajita and Samira, who introduce you to the world of fine wines, beer, spirits, and travel.
You can subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Audio Boom, or any other local podcast app.
Back here with the one and only V, of course, Venancio is a bit difficult for me to pronounce, but he's a powerhouse. We're making jokes and pulling his leg, but the man is the last word in fitness. He's built like a gorilla, and I say this in a nice way. Everything is in proportion, and he's got some 400 degrees. But we've done some research in the break, brother, while you've been sitting there doing exercises. By the way, while we took a break, he did 45 sit-ups, and then did 5 pull-ups on the fan. I don't have a fan. Yeah. Apparently once when he was part of the security team on a luxury cruise liner, he got chased down by some gunmen with guns because he was busting a drug racket on board. He managed to escape that. Could you tell us about that? Is that a true incident?
Yeah, it is, but I don't know where you got that from. But
because my team is a crack team. They don't exercise, they're all fat, but they're a crack team. Tell me.
We had some crazy stuff going on over there, and...
But what happened? Tell us the whole thing now. You don't give us details and names and all that, but just tell us what happened.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff that goes on the cruise ships,
right?
And
making out with other people's wives and all. I know that part. But what happened to the gunmen?
Well, these guys were actually, I don't know which incident that one is, but there were a few, and I'll give
more
you
than
the
one gunman incident.
I'll give you the one that was in Jamaica actually, and. A lot of these guys, they want to come down and sell their stuff.
But can we talk like with Jamaican, man? Can we both try, huh?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Okay, man.
So I was one of the guys on the hit list because I was just doing my job. You do your job when you're on the ship. You work security and you don't let the bad ones come up.
Right.
So, they want a piece of you, kind of, So when we actually went out to port, and I very seldom went out to port because I knew I was not a very liked person. These guys who are actually doing a lot of the stuff, a lot of the pushing.
You can say everything. This is the internet. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're doing drugs and stuff, and they want to blacklist you because you're stopping all that.
That's right.
You go on shore and
went on shore, and they kind of saw me, and they said, "Well, now's the time to
teach him a lesson."
Teach him a lesson. That's right. So one thing led to another, and that was it. I had these guys, just popping those bullets.
They shot you.
They're shooting at me. So like we said, close combat, run. So hightailed it back to the ship, and that was the last we heard of them. But that was one of them. One of the incidents. Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't get shot.
No, I did not get shot.
Which of your degrees saved you? Let me quickly go through them. Was it fitness consultant of play? No. We'll come to that. Also, is it true that you had anger issues and that was... This is some research we have which may not be correct. Is that the reason why you got into all this? Sometimes, there's a negative that leads to positive.
No.
That's
I don't
what
know.
My barber told me when he cut my hair. But, yeah.
Different folks, different strokes. So whatever people see, it's different. I don't think I have anger issues. So
okay. Were you once the strongest guy in the UAE? Is this a true story? Or is this wrong?
I think it would be more the fittest guy in the UAE.
Fittest guy in the UAE, you're right. Right, because you've got now the big Rami, one of the best bodybuilders in the world, and he's close to 300 pounds pre-contest.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah, not.
And I think he's the strongest guy. He's hugely powerful. I've actually seen him from just 50,000 kilometers on television. Let's get back into the whole thing. So we just insight into your life. You had a very colorful life. You fought people in real life. You actually put your money where your mouth is. But we're going to get back now into because it's so many. I don't even want to get into it. I don't know where to end or begin. But I want to get back into what you're mostly famous for, which is cross training.
Cross training.
Okay, now give us a little insight into the world. What is it, or what do you have to do to be good at cross training? I enter your studio. What do I do?
you enter my studio, I'm going to give you an induction of what we actually do.
Is there a pretty girl at the entrance for me to say hello to? And,
yeah.
I like signing. Signing, I take about 15 minutes on signing.
Yeah, we have pretty girl at the entrance, so don't worry.
Oh.
So we have
Let me see which course is that.
pretty
Sport-specific training with a racket club, boy? Oh.
So... Yeah, we've done sport-specific training too. We've done some with the...
Can we stay on cross-training for a second? So I get in. Now, what do? I'm a novice. I come there for the first time. I've heard a lot about this. Take me through all the parameters of being a cross-trainer and what I have to do, the effort that I need to put in. What do I do specifically?
Okay. As soon as you come in, you have a small little induction, as in what the program is all about and where we're going to start off with. And we encourage people to start off at the beginner's level. And
I think it would be best, yeah.
Yeah, and so they learn the actual fundamentals before they can actually move on into the bigger version of cross training. Once they do that, they spend about 3 months in over there, and we evaluate their progress, and we encourage them to come down to.
How many days a week do you have to come there?
So we say 3 times.
3 times.
If it's
for
3
an
times,
hour or more.
For an hour, yeah. We don't. This is one thing that I want to talk about a little bit. High intensity work is done best.
HIIT.
Yeah, for short duration. And a lot of people, they take it out of context and they think they're doing high intensity work when
this
they're not.
This is work for a sexual athlete also, that, the high intensity, short duration? Because
well,
I get a lot of criticism for my work.
Those parameters can be,
broadened to suit everybody. So. Yeah, man. I like your style. I'm signing up. I'll do that specific course, by the way. Can you tell, what about the celebrity clients? Are you allowed to talk about them? Who are the big names that come and train with you? And
I hope I can talk about them. I don't like to talk about it.
Please talk about them in the sense that give us an example of how their bodies have become better.
We have Neha Basin, who's been training with us for a little while,
right.
And she's a huge transformation, complete transformation.
Can I see pictures?
Yeah, but not now.
Okay, sorry.
Man
fought gunman in Jamaica. So, I better back off.
So, and then you have, in fact, we just had Frida Pinto, who trained with us.
Doesn't look like she's eaten in 3 months, though.
Oh, man, she's amazing.
But she's so skinny. I hate skinny.
And she's got guns, man. She's
got guns, but she's like a stick figure now. Why do they become so thin?
She's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But that's after your training.
Okay. She's been training, and
did she pay?
Of course.
Because these guys, these celebrities, they don't want to pay. That's the other problem.
No. Frida paid up front. Yeah.
Superb. And the whole course, the CrossFit course, what did she do?
Yeah, she cross-trained. Not CrossFit. Yeah. So, and she's new to the program, so accepted it very well.
And when she's abroad, does she follow the same thing, or
she's else? She's going to. Okay. She leaves today, and she goes back. And
okay. Bye, Frida. In case you're listening, bye. Have a safe flight. Where's she going?
She's going back to LA.
Superb. Who else?
So,
what about the males?
The males, I'm just trying to think who's there right now. So we're not really into, the whole
bodybuilding scene.
Not the bodybuilding scene, but maybe not into all the names and things like that.
I just a young actor, and then I'll sort of I'll figure it out. Okay.
Young actors, yeah, young actors.
So does the name begin with R?
No.
A?
No, I don't even know what their names begin with actually.
What do you call them, boy?
So yeah, it's a bit strange because I was just talking to some of them the other day, and they said you need to know, who the people are, and so it makes things a bit easier.
You're not interested in the whole Bollywood scene.
So hey, you know what? I'm interested in people who want to train, who want to exercise and change
let's
their
see
lives.
That. I won't push that. Tell me a little bit about what are the 3 big mistakes that we Indians make when we come to train and exercise. What are the 3 things you notice?
Number 1 is that we think we know everything.
Attitude, yeah?
Yep, and that, you learn from somewhere else and you come. Number 2 is that, especially the guys, actually the girls also, they'll go and they'll pick up the biggest weight in the house and they'll come out to the floor.
Yeah.
So...
trying to make a point.
Yeah, this is different. Cross-training is very different from everything else that you do.
Right.
And because it's high-intensity work and, your rest periods are very, very minimal.
My God, it's like my job.
And if anything, you don't get any rest. So those 2 are the very other key things. And number 3 is they keep faking. They write stuff on the paper that
But why are they writing? They should be exercising. What the hell class is this?
They have to fill in a health history form.
Okay, all right. So what do they write? What is fake things?
Well,
like my breasts are 38B and the guy's actually 34B.
They actually don't write what they have to write. If they have an existing problem, they will not write it. And then when they're suddenly doing the exercises, and Of course, it's going to be it's a tough workout.
Okay,
for everybody.
Can I ask you some personal questions?
Sure.
They're my personal questions, not about you.
Sure.
Okay. See, I exercise quite a bit.
Yeah.
But my problem is that, I have a lot of sweat in my groin area.
Yeah.
And I've got these really black lines now. And there doesn't seem to be any cure. And now I'm afraid to take my clothes off in public, which I didn't used to before. Because everybody goes, oh my God, what happened there? They all think that, I'm about to die because the lines are getting bigger. They look like railway tracks now. And they're right across my groin area. And I don't know, because I keep sweating, I don't stop. So is there anything I can do other than like walk around naked in Poland?
I can't help you there, Cyrus.
Bro, come on. I know you're a sweater like me.
Oh, big time.
So I'm just thinking that, we're both wired all the time. So we can't bear the heat. So what do we do? You must be can you show me your groin?
Yeah, no, not now.
Not now? What class do I have to join, brother? This is scary. Are you sure the Jamaicans were after you because of the drug thing? Yeah. All right, very interesting. What are the things you've noticed in the last few months? You feel Mumbai especially is becoming more exercise savvy, that people are very careful about how they look and all? Things are changing?
They are. In fact, it's everybody, like I said, everybody's aware of the fitness, industry, and they all want to look good. But again, the education part is very minimal. And so everybody is a personal trainer, everybody is a trainer.
I noticed something that really irritates me. People come to the gym and they always want to help somebody else. Nobody wants to do their own workout.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm like, hey, auntie, 1 minute, not like that. Put your elbow back, Let's tricep, put your elbow in. I'm like, why do people focus on other people?
That's right.
I always think the fitness should be a very selfish thing. Just do your thing and off.
Yeah, correct, that's right.
Right, so why does that happen?
Yeah, it doesn't happen in our place.
Is it an Indian thing or is it all over the world?
No, I think it's an Indian thing, actually.
It's like we don't focus, so we're always interested in the other guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we stare at our neighbors.
Yeah.
See, man, we're figuring out things here on the show. Amazing. All right. There are a couple of strange things before we let you go. I won't say strange, but peculiar things. What is Car-Free Day Roadshow on your biodata? What have you got to do with a Car-Free Day Roadshow?
Well, that's something that we just put up because, they have this car-free day on Carter Road.
Right.
And there's no cars on the street. You walk or you run.
Encouraging fitness from the point of view of no cars, running, walking.
So they'll stop the whole...
What is Mint V's Fitness Studio? What does that mean? That's your own program?
That's Mint is a studio and I have a partner. She does the nutrition. Her name is Naisha. And we do the fitness part of it.
By partner? Business partner?
Business partner.
Or is it personal as well? In which
business
case,
partner.
I have 7 questions. Okay. I'm going to fast forward to 2-3 other things that I need to ask you. You were a winner of the UAE and Middle East Ultra Fit Championship?
Yes.
So like you won a title which made you the Ultra Fit guy of the UAE?
That's right.
Okay. And what did they give you? Millions of dollars?
I wish, man, yeah. I wish. It was not millions, but yeah.
Decent money.
Decent
money.
What
is this team winner of the Everest Challenge competition UAE? What does that mean?
That was a challenge that is held in the UAE. It's a yearly challenge, and you simulate. It's a simulation of climbing Mount Everest.
Oh,
and but
you go to Pali Hill and do it 5 times.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I just whatever comes to my mind, I say. I'm so sorry.
They pick the hardest route to Everest, to the top of Everest, and you do it on the machines, basically.
Wow! So you actually do 29,000 feet?
It's not 29,000 feet. It's a shorter version of 29,000 feet, but it's like really, it's pedal to the metal.
28,000?
No.
27?
Less.
Let's say 26.
Less.
Let's compromise. 25.
Yeah, okay, 25.
That's it. Call it 25 and just move on.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. And the last thing I want to ask you is undefeated fitness champion 1998 to 2006. For 8 years, you were the fitness champion across the Middle East. Am I right?
That's right.
Why do you leave there? I mean, you got all that power, fitness champion here. I mean, nobody even understands all this.
Hey, that's true. I came to Mumbai in 2003 and asked them if they would. I went to a couple of companies. I'm not gonna name anybody.
But name what they rhyme with.
No.
Like you can say Coke, Cola. Then we'll have an idea that it's Pepsi. It's like that.
Yeah, no, it was a little more. It was a little more than that. Actually, one was a government organization.
Was it a condom company?
So not a condom company.
I only know condoms and Coke, so I can't help you. The government company, yeah.
So yeah, they actually did not know what it was, and they flatly refused to.
This is half the problem with India, right? That we haven't understood the whole fitness revolution and don't respect it enough. And, if, for example, wherever I go, people tell me, you want to be like Mr. Universe, not knowing that Mr. Olympia is the premier title in bodybuilding. Mr. Universe is an amateur title. I mean, Mal, who's sitting here with us, this young girl, always says Universe. It's a crappy tournament, Universe. It's an amateur tournament. Which, let's test the young man in the studio now. So who's the current Mr. Olympia? Your time starts now.
I think it's Phil Heath.
Very good! 5-time winner Phil Heath, not bad. Who came second last year? He was 46 years old and he's won the Olympia once. is the oldest number 2 ever in the history of Olympia. Dexter Jackson. Not bad, brother, not bad. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Did you know Phil Heath is good enough for me?
I don't follow that anymore, but still, yeah.
How can you not follow IFBB, man? That's where it really is. You sit here and train all these rich kids in car. You should beat them with sticks, I tell you.
Yeah, that's right.
Their attitude and their fancy cars. When I see a guy walk into a gym with wristbands and a headband, I don't know how you don't hurt them. I mean, you're a really tough guy. I'm thinking you should hurt them. You should catch the headband and keep pulling it until he dies. I mean, who wears headband? And then they take out the mat and they lie down. And then they put the phone on and they cross one leg over the other. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? And the best is the ones who do it at 6 a.m. Why do they come? Oh, Cyrus, man, don't make me vent. I'm sure you've got much more worse stories to share with all of us. But it's your business and you can't be rude to all these evil people who bother you. And you need them to pay you and also to continue your revolution, which is to make India a fitter country. That's right. Which means we'll be like Italy. Because we have the corruption, but we'll be fit. All right. Thank you so much for being here, V. Is there anything else you want to say about yourself and your studios and the things you're doing? And please feel free to give us a little insight.
Well, yeah, we want to make cross-training, the number one fitness, I wouldn't say fitness brand, but you wanted the fitness routine, at least over here, because this is the way forward. What we do, nobody else does, and I can say that very, very clearly and confidently, because I've just come back from a good trip abroad, and they don't do even quarter of what we're doing. But what
about Pan-India? Is it only Mumbai or is it Pan-India?
Pan-India. I would like to see it going Pan-India. There's a lot of programs out there.
There's a lot of cheating in the north. I'm worried about that. You do 10 steps, they'll do 9 and say, 10 ho gaya. Dekha nahi, maine kiya na, 5 aur fir 6 ho gaya na, dekho, count. So I'm a little worried about that. Be careful of north.
I will go there. Yeah. We're also bringing in...
and south will ask you why? But why? This country is really difficult, trust me. It's not that easy. And in Bengal, they haven't heard of exercise. I can guarantee you that. Not come. Also, Degra comes from the east. No, UP actually, doesn't he? All right. Listen, you've been wonderful, except that, there's just too many degrees. And I'll just read 5-6 more as we pull out of this show. Participant in the Sultan of the Desert Challenge, UAE. Team winner of the Everest Challenge, we mentioned that. Presented Taibo and hour apart, ME Fitness Studio. Introduced Group X programs at World Gym, Goregaon. Sport-specific X training program. Introduced Group X programs at Planet 9. Gym management at WGCG. V's Fitness Greenfield Unit. Certified in first aid and life support. Fitness and leisure trends in Middle East seminar. I have now come to almost the halfway mark, but there's so much more. But obviously you've had a very full life, V, and you're a very fit man. You are your brand. All the best to you, and let's hope you do really well.
Thank you.
We'll end with an exercise that we should all do together, which is we both pull our lips as wide as possible and then make a sound. Excellent. I don't know where that sound came from. Mine was a very more subtle one. But as we end, we do a thing called the AMAs, where I think Amit Doshi will come in. He's our producer, and he's the fittest man in our group, and he's going to take us through this whole question-answer session. This has got nothing to do with exercise. Okay. It's just to do with the world at large. So your world perspective in a second. His name, V. His studio is called V's Fitness. Venancio D'Souza, thank you for being here. It's AMA time.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
All right, here the AMAs. We welcome our chairman and managing director, the one and only Amit Doshi. Please say hi, V.
Hi, Amit.
Are you going to get him into the fitness studio or not?
Definitely. I'd love to have you in the studio.
What is the biggest challenge you've ever had? Have you ever had a guy who's like 400 pounds or something and you brought him down to like 150 pounds? I mean, has that ever happened? A huge...
Yeah, not 400 pounds, but, close to about 380, yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
And you brought him down to what?
We brought him down to 160.
What do you do, get him married?
No, not really. He's still not married, actually.
That's amazing. But that's huge, that's fantastic. How long would that take? A year and a half, 2 years?
About a year.
Wow. Excellent.
That's kind of impressive. That's impressive as well.
All right. EMA time, brother. What do you got?
Time. All right. So the first question, I think, V, you should also get in on this, but I guess looking at you, I'm sure you can. Cyrus, can you do a 2-finger push-up?
I struggle to do a push-up. I haven't done any land exercise except for chin-ups. I don't do any of that stuff. But let's ask him. Because this is more like martial arts. It's all about balance and all. People think it's about strength. It's more how you balance your body. And
that's right.
It's everybody thinks, you're really strong. Can you do this? But it's a technique. Ask the man.
That's right. Yeah. He's right. Cyrus is correct.
It is technique.
Yep.
You see, I was, as a young man, a big fan of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And I remember that he was developing this, what was called the 1-inch punch.
Yes, that's right.
Where it's just an inch away, so you're not getting any momentum. And apparently he was able to garner the, kinetic energy from just 1 inch away.
Yep.
And then boom. So as a young boy, I used to keep trying that, but nothing would happen, you know. I keep my hand there, and I'm like, Daddy, just stand still. And he'd be like, why are you tickling me? No 1 inch, getting no momentum. But there's a way, the chi or whatever they call it, that energy that they focus in the Chinese world and philosophy, and then they sort of, I don't know how they do it, but it's all to do with the mind.
That's right. Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do the 1 inch punch?
No, I don't think so.
No? But you can do the 2 inch push up.
Yeah, 2 inch.
Can you do the 3 inch, you know what, for the girls? Because 3 is a minimum. Sorry, next one.
All right, this next question is, Cyrus, what are your plans for your summer vacation this year?
Yeah, what are your plans?
I've just come back from a summer vacation.
Go?
I went to the US and...
But it was all your fitness work as well.
True, yeah. So it was a holiday as well.
A vacation for you is working time. How the hell can you get a vacation? That's when people come into the gym and then disappear.
That's right. No, for me, it's work and, workout is the same thing. So I love it.
So you got to have some time off? Got to see places?
Yeah.
Where, West Coast, East Coast?
Yeah, we drove down from New York all the way down to Miami. So it's a road trip, man.
Typical Indian. We go to one coast, find the other. I hate us. Everywhere we go. Yeah, we're going to Munich. If I get my visa. Oh, but you want to hear my story?
The visa story, yeah. That was funny.
God. So, nobody checked. So it's a German visa. So I remember we were doing the podcast that day. Want to be on time, and Amit was going to come and meet me at BKC at Schengen. Schengen is, BKC. Got the kids, first day of their holiday, 20th May, got the kids together, 7 in the morning, drove on time, parked the car, found parking and all that. It's not easy, but still got it. 7:45, half an hour before the thing, waiting in line. 8 o'clock we entered, went to the third floor where we presumed the German thing was, and we were told by a guy who sort of recognized me and said, oh, Bakra, MTV Bakra. And then he said, Germany is not here, Nariman Point. So I thought it was going to be funny. So I'm like, And then I tried to give that false laugh, like, I appreciate you being funny on me. And then he looks at me, nahin, sir, actually, aapko Nariman Point jana padega. Then the other guests in the line started talking and said, no, please, you have to go to Nariman Point. Then we looked at the fine print, Nariman Point.
So what was it at BKC?
BKC is everything else. Germany, England.
Nariman Point it is.
Yeah, Germany, I think France, just 2.
Okay.
The rest are all BKC. But don't take my word for it. Please check the fine print. Check the fine print. This is Bombay, this is India. Who knows what's happening? But but we made it back because of May and less traffic in 34 minutes and a little late for the 8:15. By 8:33, I'd reached into Nariman Point. So short story longer, thanks to me.
But did you get it? Yeah.
No, I haven't got it yet. But they were very nice.
Yeah.
And then I spoke a little German. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Schnell, guten Morgen.
Are you sure you're going to get that
visa? Beethoven. I just flow through. Yeah.
It seems unlikely that they will give you a visa if that's the German you were speaking to.
I'm a big fan of the country. I hope they do. I love Germany. They're my kind of people. On time, meat and potatoes. Who can argue? Never mention the beer.
That is true.
There you go. And Bayern Munich haven't lost a game in 50,000 years.
Wow.
Are you a football fan?
Yes, sir.
Bayern Munich?
Bayern Munich.
And in the FA, in England?
Manchester, but I'm sorry. I know. It's, everybody hates Manchester.
But only in football can you win the FA Cup and lose your job. I mean, it's just only it's worse than Indian politics. Somebody should look at that England, restructure that game. The guy wins the FA Cup at one point, one of the biggest, most prestigious brands ever, and now and within hours he's out of a job. All right, that's all we have time for. Thank you so much. Wonderful guest. If you want to get fit, his name is V. He's got studios all over the place. Please go and find him and get a body like his. That's never going to happen. Right?
No, very unlikely.
Okay, catch us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called May.
And that's what Cyrus says.
All right, if you've listened to this show called Cyrus Says and you want your money back, let me tell you, that can't be done right now. But we can make you feel better if you listen to Made in India. That's M-A-E-D, Made in India, with May. There's no D in May. Although, maybe one day.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.